Daitan Jackson versus Solomon Wickstead. Yet another highly anticipated and much talked about fight. This bout sees two local fighters up against each other in a genuine grudge match. Jackson has enjoyed a successful career with a record spanning 26 fights, during which he has picked up European and world titles. He's fought some of the biggest names around, including Simon Chu and Craig Jose, and is known for his aggressive fighting style and his never-say-die determination. Tonight, he comes up against a rising star who has been calling him out for a long time, Wythenshaw's Solomon Wickstead. At only 18 years old, Wickstead is seen as one of the most promising talents in the middleweight division and has already shared the ring with some high-caliber fighters, including Dylan Salvador and Ben Hodge. Earlier this year, he picked up the WKA European title with a first-round knockout win over Liverpool's Anthony Barton and is confident he can come away with another win here tonight. Will Salford's Jackson retain his status as one of Manchester's finest? Or will the emerging Wickstead put on a performance and claim the Northwest bragging rights? It's time to find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way into the blue corner by way of Frank's Gym in Wythenshawe, of Southern Muay Thai. Ladies and gentlemen, the original Southern warrior, Daitan Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-featured bout by evening rounds of full Muay Thai between and introducing firstly, fighting out of the blue corner, coming to you by way of Frank's Gym in Wythenshawe, Solomon Wickstead. And standing across the ring, his opponent. He comes to you by way of Salford Muay Thai. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the original Salford warrior. Put your hands together for Daitan Jackson. 5 3-minute rounds.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if this main event couldn't get any better, you're about to see a grudge match, an absolute war. And if you can see the stare down right now, you are looking at Daitan Jackson from the Salford Muay Thai gym and Solomon Wickstead from Frank's gym. Daitan Jackson, 26 fights, 21 wins, 5 losses. Solomon Wickstead, 12 wins, 5 losses after 17 fights. Daitan Jackson has beaten Simon Chu, Ben Hodge and Craig Jose. Solomon Wickstead has fought Ben Hodge also, Samuel Bombay, Dylan Salvador and Chad Sugden. I'm Danny Kendrick. I'm joined in the commentary box by Mr. Andy Thrasher. This is going to be a war, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah, I nearly said one of the most exciting fights of the night, but we've got so many on the show tonight. It's we're spoilt, really. But these are the two we're talking about now, and what a prospect of a fight this is looking to be.
Anyone who watched the amazing press before this fight and interviews, you saw very confident Daitan Jackson saying he is the experienced fighter and it's up to Solomon to bring the fight to him today. And that is pretty much the story, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah, and then going back to the interviews, and as I posted last night after talking to all the guys in the weigh-ins, the trainers and the fighters, talking to the young lads, and I'm talking about Solomon as well here now, he seems to have really matured well, you know, into a good, articulate, you know.
He's a brilliant kid, Solomon, Andy, and yeah. I'll tell you what, under Frankie's guidance, he is sure to do very well, because Frankie thinks a lot of this kid and puts a lot of time and effort into him.
Exactly, and people don't see that. They don't see, like, people don't know that he had a bit of trouble at school, and Frank wouldn't let him in the gym until he'd sorted it out, you know. So he put him back on track, and he helps the lads there. He's not just the only one. He's got other lads. They've got a good team of young lads there. So.
Yep. Well, bold statements made before this fight.
Now it's time to back them up.
Yeah, we're now minutes away from seeing who can stand by the statements. Of course, Daitan Jackson notably saying he's going to test Solomon Wickstead, and Solomon Wickstead is going to fail. Solomon Wickstead said he is going to be in for a big shot on the 7th of June. It's the 7th of June. Right now, it's the main event. We are here in the USN, and this is the makings of an absolutely brilliant fight.
Some markings there already in that lead leg of Jackson.
Solomon happy to move backwards on the outside. Daitan Jackson just taking the centre of the ring here and pushing him back. Nice evasion, yeah. Nice evasion and counter there from Solomon.
Good respect there. Again, another sign of Solomon's maturity.
Yeah, because there's heated exchanges before this fight, wasn't there, Andy? So
yeah,
nice to see him touching gloves and getting on with what we've all come here to see. And that's two guys hitting each other as many times, as hard as they can in this ring.
Oh, yes. A nice right body kick, followed by the clinch work there by Jackson. Negated well by Solomon.
Well, couldn't put a Rizzler cigarette paper between those two fighters after that round. Good evasion and technique from Solomon there, fighting well with his back to the ropes.
Yeah, very good, very good. Nice opening round.
And really, in a Thai fight like this, Andy, you just have to score those first rounds like that even, don't you, really? And
pretty much, yeah. Yep. They're just kind of feeling themselves out, aren't they? Measuring each other up, seeing what works, what doesn't, testing the fences, so to speak.
Yep, most definitely.
No shame in losing in Muay Thai.
No.
As long as you're learning from it.
Over your losses in a career, Andy, did you ever have any really good fights against top opponents that you lost and afterwards you thought, I was in there with the right person and I'll take credit from that fight? Did that happen quite a lot?
Do you know, the only... I'd say personally, the fights I've lost, I've given them away.
Yep.
Through not preparing properly, you know, various different things.
Well, neither of these two warriors is going to give anything away today. Solomon Wickstead looking to put his stamp on the north of England here.
Yeah.
But Daitan Jackson just moving slowly forward. Eyeing Solomon up.
Solomon's corner.
Oh, elbow straight away from Jackson over the top there.
Stick it in. Solomon's corner, telling him to look at the rhythm.
Solomon wants him to be first. Both fighters, I know it's round 2 and they're waiting, but both fighters are happy to fight on the counter here, aren't they, Andy?
Yeah.
They want the first shot to be thrown. Both guys have the power to stop in one shot as well, remember?
Yeah, very strong. Both in fantastic condition.
Oh, they really are, aren't they, Andy?
Yeah.
Elbow to the ear of her.
Yeah, it's it happens.
Yeah, the referee Tony Myers twigged and says, I saw that and heard that.
This actually is a much, much better start to the fight than I expected. I thought they was going to go at each other like bull in a china shop.
Well, it's easy after a lot of anticipation of the war and heated exchanges before, conferences, interviews. I mean, the show's had a lot, hasn't it? You've seen it all across the internet. Everyone who's got Facebook accounts, Twitter accounts, anything like that, they would have seen the build-up to this fight here right now. It's easy to get carried away, but we've got two very, very good professionals in front of us here from very good and professional gyms as well, and they're starting with intent, aren't they?
And as you're saying, that professional gyms, that both gyms that have got a family-type atmosphere, they look out for each other. Good camaraderie in there. Oi. A little bit of a mark under Wickstead's left eye.
Yep.
Nice spoiling in the clinch.
Daitan looks physically a little bit top stronger than Wickstead, doesn't he?
Slightly bigger, bit mature, bit more mature muscle on there.
Wickstead's got some strong legs under him as well, though.
Yeah.
So
I was just looking at his calves before, thinking they're
pretty
rather
monstrous.
large.
Yeah, pretty monstrous. Yeah. Disguised
nice
that
counter.
kick high, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a beautiful kick by Solomon, but nicely defended and countered by Jackson.
And you do not want to wear too many of your shins on the blocked knee of your opponent, do you?
No, that's it.
Nice, high, comfortable guard from both these guys. These are two top professionals you are watching right here at the main event.
Yep, he's looking for it. It's,
yeah, this is a well matched and a little stare down at the end of that round.
A bit of daggers. He's playing to the crowd. I mean, we all
loading up the crowd here. I tell you what.
Like the interviews, it's all for the game. It's for the crowd. These lads, I don't think they're really gonna come to the end of this fight and still hate each other or have any other animosity.
I am predicting an explosion in round 4 and 5 here, Andy, where you are going to see these fighters go absolutely to war. You're going to see elbows, knees to the head, kicks to the body and the head, and it's going to be fireworks, and we're all going to be happy as Larry.
Well, apart from one of these two.
Round 3, ladies and gentlemen, of what has been a very well matched contest there. So big congratulations to promoters, Des Morris and all the usual suspects for getting this fight on.
How have you got this so far when you're on official scorecard, Dan?
If I had an official scorecard in my hand, Andy, I would have 2 10-10 rounds, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there.
I think the fighters have got to do a lot more to get any space between each other in this fight so far. And I'm sure we're going to see that coming from one of these fighters. Good technique. Yep. That, he's going to get a warning for that, but for me, that's half legal. He was almost in the air in his hand as he hit that.
If it's all one flowing movement, it's legal.
Yep.
I'm sure Tony probably just warning him there just to be careful of that.
Just shows you how sharp Solomon is for throwing that shot as well after balancing him.
Very skillful technique.
Absolutely burying that lead leg. Daitan Jackson needs to start checking those, I'll tell you, because the reddening you can see looks sunburned.
I was going to say, do you know what? Solomon's not fighting his normal fight from what I can see.
Well, just goes to show you that you can switch up your styles. You don't know what they do in the gym and in the camp.
That's it.
That's a low shot there. Daitan Jackson looks angry, but I tell you, he's burying the leg there. He's going for the leg there, Solomon. There's nothing intentional at all.
It's working well. It's working well. He's catching and defending well.
Well matched, didn't they, Andy?
Yeah.
This is one of the fights everyone was waiting to see. I was looking forward to this fight. There's a couple of fights on this show, especially that I knew would be good matches, and I really, I'm too tight to gamble anyway. But if I was, I definitely wouldn't be putting money on this fight, Andy.
No, that's
okay?
it. There's a few of them I wouldn't like to put money on.
Under the watchful eye of Tony Myers, Daitan Jackson from Salford Muay Thai, and Solomon Wickstead from Frank's Gym. Showing a technical battle here for everyone at the main event.
Yeah, he's fishing now, Solomon. He's trying to draw him in and counter.
Both fighters, big respect for each other. Can you notice that? No one wants to just throw something silly in there.
That's it.
One mistake, it's good night, God bless, isn't it?
That's it. It's a nice sharp jab and return there into the clinch by Jackson.
Good balance from Solomon. Both trying to get elbows on the inside. Oh, he's managed to hit the top of the head with one there and two there, Solomon. Referee Tony Myers will split him. Dayton's getting angry. This could be where it goes off, I think.
That's where Daitan needs to keep his composure and don't let himself be ruffled.
I don't know what actually was getting told off. Maybe it was for he'd already said break and the hit was after the break. But
exactly, mate, yeah.
Well, the man's there. You're going to hit him, aren't you? And that is a good round
I think
for both fighters. And I still would not like to say who is winning this fight, Andy. Maybe Solomon after that round. I don't know. He did some good techniques in there and looked lively. Daitan coming forward all the time.
Yeah. I would agree with you there on that, Danny. I'd say maybe slightly ahead of going into this fourth round now, Solomon.
The main event on the way here in Bolton in the USN Stadium. The referee Tony Myers brings these two warriors together for the business end of this fight. It's Daitan Jackson and Solomon Wickstead. Do not blink and do not look away for 1 second, because this is where it could all go wrong and go well for either of these fighters. Still the same pace they're starting this fight in. Single shots coming in from Solomon, but they're not responded from Daitan. He's taking the shot, he's put him down there and walks over. I think it's more of an off balance. But Solomon is definitely first here, Andy, and definitely a little bit ahead for me.
And it was sharp to follow up there.
Daitan needs to get busier, doesn't he?
Exactly, that's it. The corner telling him to force his way forward now. He needs to close that distance.
Looking for that 12-6 elbow again. Solomon Wickstead, of course, in the sport of MMA, not permitted. In the sport of Thai boxing, you are welcome.
That's the one. Nice distance in there with Solomon.
Still the aggressor, Daitan Jackson, but still getting punished first as he comes forward. Solomon Wickstead fighting a very, very smart fight for me.
I wouldn't say Dayton's fighting a bad fight. It's just Solomon.
Definitely not. No.
Just working very, very well now.
Just seems to be first, Andy. That's all I'm noticing. They're very well matched. I'm just noticing, just like that, off balancing on the low kick, scoring to the body, and it's unanswered.
Groin guard just come undone there.
It happens. And all the ladies will be getting an amazing treat here. in the USN Arena as Solomon Wickstead steps back into the centre and gets on with this fight. Still too patient for me, Daitan. And Solomon still first and unanswered. Stiff jab, stiff low kick. Daitan's walking forward, taking punishment, Andy, here. Good hands from Daitan. An elbow and hand response from Solomon.
He's cut his eye with that elbow.
Solomon Wickstead.
Left cut.
Really impressive
here. That's a lovely takedown, though.
Yeah, good turn from Daitan Jackson there. Crowd's getting lively, Andy. There's people on chairs.
That's it, a bit of blood.
Look at that cut to the eye of Daitan Jackson.
It's only a nick in the corner, but it's pumping out a little bit.
Blood pouring down his face. He comes under the Warrior brand for me, Daitan Jackson. And Solomon Wickstead can only grow in confidence as he looks down the barrel and sees that ahead of him.
Exactly. I mean, it's running away from the eye. It's not blurring his vision, but a glove in the face and the clinch could change that.
What a mature performance we're seeing here from Solomon Wickstead.
Exactly.
Really impressed, Andy, aren't you?
I am. I was talking to him before and I was telling him how impressed I am with his demeanour, the way he carries himself lately.
Watch where Daitan's looking. Look how high he's looking. He's not looking low on Solomon. He could off-balance as he comes in. He can hit the inside of the leg, but his focus is on the face of Solomon, and he is not getting through to that part of him.
That's it. For me, Daitan needs to knock him out now this round, or he's lost it.
I think you're right, Andy. Everything is there now for Daitan Jackson to come and chase. What a performance from Solomon Wickstead. I had him a little bit ahead. I have him a long way ahead now, Andy, because that gave the first bit of daylight that we saw, true daylight in this fight for me.
And I'll give credit to the Sulphur corner because Skier with the eye, Daitan with that cut, and they've done great work with it in between rounds.
That's well noticed, that, Andy, as well. Yet again, in the corner, they have pulled down two cuts tremendously tonight. But yet again, too patient, Daitan. He needs to come out and throw bombs.
That's it. He needs to move forward.
That's what
now.
he does. He does it well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just seems to be, whether it's a few centimetres ahead, whether it's a split second ahead, just seems to be a little bit sharper, Solomon Wickstead, for me.
His timing and distance and a nice. That high kick works lovely.
He looks down as he does it as well, doesn't he? He looks at the feet, pulls the kick over the top of the guard, but he's a calm contender, Daitan Jackson, isn't he?
He is. He seems unfazed. He's been in a lot of wars. He can take the punishment.
He hasn't been busy enough for me tonight, though. I've seen Daitan Jackson go to war before. I've seen a lot more high-energy performances from him in the past, if I'm going to be critical of Daitan Jackson. But Daitan Jackson is a warrior and well-respected Thai boxer as well.
Well, for me, the weakness for Solomon before was his clinch work. They know in Frank's corner they're going to come and try, capitalise on that.
Yep.
So they've worked on that. That's why he's keeping on that back foot. He's keeping away. Now you notice he don't want to come in
keeping
close.
His distance,
he's catching him on the way in.
He's kicking high a lot as well to keep rid of him. Yep.
Yeah.
And keeping his long game for me has been fantastic. Really well matched bout here at the main event. Really enjoying this bout.
So he's backing off there, Daitan. For me, this round he's been pushing forward. He's got no other option but to push forward.
Myself, Danny Kendrick, in the commentary box here at the main event. Solomon Wickstead, Daitan Jackson. I'm very lucky to have my left shoulder warmed by the very handsome Andy Thrasher.
Well, thank you very much.
And this fight is coming to a conclusion, and I think Solomon is going to steal this for me.
Yeah, and I tell you what, fifth round, he looks fresh to daisy. Look at him, calm,
really
composed.
Well, he's young, isn't he,
daisy.
Andy? He's a young kid and he trains hard.
I know, I hate him. These youngsters and their
pure
fitness.
hatred for this man in the commentary box, pure jealousy, because this boy's got it all, hasn't
Not
he?
hatred, it's envy, I'll be honest.
Yeah, he's got it all, hasn't he?
Yeah. Fair play to him, he's worked hard for it.
Yep.
Frank's worked hard for it, they all stick together.
Yeah, you're right. He's got the background of a very good gym that believes in him. And I'll tell you what, What you will see is if he does not get this decision, is a very irate Frankie Harris. That's my prediction
Well,
for today.
I'll put a monkey on that he don't stay on the outside of that rope if he don't get a decision.
Of course, myself, Danny Kendrick, representing the South in this commentary box, and Andy Thrasher representing the North. Andy's coming out with the monkey cockney rhyming slang.
Hey, I didn't even notice that, I'm sorry.
We are tying down the clock here at the main event for what is one of the main events of this main event. And I tell you what, a little bit of a grudge at the end of that fight, but for me, the boos you can hear behind me are unwarranted, and Solomon Wickstead has done enough for me. But this goes down to the judges' scorecard.
Yeah, that's
we are not judges.
See, that was just emotion there, happy at the win. He wasn't being disrespectful there, and there you go.
It's emotion, isn't it? Everyone gets carried away.
He's trained hard for it. He wanted to win. And Daitan's a good guy. Daitan's a good family guy.
I get carried away as well, Andy. I get people telling me off after fights what I've said about them in the ring in the commentary box. This is what happens. Solomon's a young kid, and he's entitled to celebrate because he's just had a fantastic performance.
That was. Do you know what?
I think Daitan's frustrated with his own performance. I think Daitan knows he can fight better than that because he can. Daitan is one fantastic fighter.
Yeah.
Decision for me. I don't know if you can pick up the boos on the cameras here on television behind me, but that is a testament to Daitan Jackson and this massive support he's brought with him today. But Solomon Wickstead for me, a little bit faster, a little bit sharper, maybe because he's a little bit younger, but he's hungry. Watch out for this kid, Solomon Wickstead, fantastic fighter.
Massive prospect for the UK Muay Thai scene.
So we're here with Solomon Wickstead. Absolutely fantastic performance there. It was a really tense bout. What are your thoughts?
Well, I have respect for him. He's a good, strong fighter, and I've seen that, but I didn't want to rush in and get caught, so I stuck to my game plan. Just chop the leg down, work off the leg, and then mix it up, and that's what I did, and it worked.
Yeah, I could tell there was a lot of respect for. There was some heavy shots.
He's a strong fighter. Like I said in the interview, I knew what I was coming up against. So I prepared myself to fight someone who's strong in front of me, and everything spot on. Training camp went fine, everything went perfect. Made the weight, 2 kilos under, perfect.
So who's next on the hit list?
I don't know yet.
You're not going to call anyone out?
No, I just want a rematch with Abdul Mabel in France.
Right.
Yeah, got cut there last time in the second round, got stopped there, so want that again. So other than that, that's it.
Well, these are the guys at main event that make these things happen, so watch this space. Absolutely fantastic performance. So is there anyone that you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Frank, my trainer, everyone who's put time into me, who's helped pad for me, train me, and everyone who's helped me in preparation. I'd like to say thanks to them. And my mum. I love my mum. and a lot of them.
Nice one. Well done, mate. Good stuff.
Nice one, mate.